rings as symbols of authenticity. The ring process itself underscores a recurring theme of love is blind, authenticity. By providing the rings and allowing participants to personalize them, the show removes external pressures and ensures that the focus remains on emotional connection. Viewers get to witness the excitement, nervousness, and vulnerability of the engagement moment without distractions. Even though the rings are provided by the show, they carry real symbolic weight for the couples, representing their emotional investment and commitment. Moreover, this system eliminates some of the logistical stress that real-world engagements often involve. Without needing to budget, research, or shop for the perfect ring, participants can focus entirely on their emotions and the relationship-building process. Yet the option to enhance the ring ensures that individuality and personal expression are still honored. This thoughtful combination of guidance and freedom helps explain why Love is Blind has remained popular across 9 seasons. It manages to feel both produced and genuine, balancing reality TV spectacle with real human emotion. While fans may obsess over the drama, the eliminations, and the relationship twists, it's reassuring to know that the financial side of engagement, the sparkling rings themselves, is handled by the show. By paying for the rings and giving participants the freedom to customize, Love is Blind preserves the authenticity of its core premise, love without distractions. Whether the engagement lasts a lifetime or ends in heartbreak, the ring remains as a tangible reminder of the emotional journey, encapsulating the highs, lows, and unfiltered vulnerability that make the show a cultural phenomenon. Lima reveals what alarmed her the most about fiancé Anton Yarosh. Love is Blind stars Lima and Anton Yarosh seemed like one of the most compatible couples to come out of the season 9 pods. However, the introduction of Anton's friends had fans questioning everything they thought they knew about the couple. During episode 8, Ollie and Anton caught up with his friend Joe and Joe's girlfriend Melissa, who shared some insight into Anton's life prior to the pods that caught Ollie off guard. According to Melissa, Anton was quite the party animal, regularly going to strip clubs only months before joining the experiment. After the latest season 9 episodes dropped on Netflix, Ollie sat down with Swan to chat all things Love is Blind, revealing why she applied for the show, who else she dated in the pods, and how meeting Joe and Melissa impacted her perception of their relationship. How did you cross paths with Love is Blind? Lima. I've been watching it since season 1, so I've been following it this whole time. I had several friends send the application to me and say like, you should go on this. You'd be great, you'd have so much fun. I ended up applying based on my friends' recommendations that I should go. And then I got reached out to on Instagram multiple times as well. So I was like, okay, maybe this is a sign I was meant to do it. In the pods, you ended up choosing Anton Yarosh. But before we dive into that, who were your other connections in the pods? Ollie, it's strange because everyone's been like, you and Anton got engaged so fast you didn't even discuss anything. But both of us definitely had other connections. I dated Chase Navarro and Patrick Suzuki. But I very early on knew that it was Anton for me. What about Anton stood out to you in the pods? Ollie, there were so many things about culture, religion, our upbringing, our experiences, our outlooks, everything that really often wasn't shown in the episode. There was a little bit of the backstory of what we discussed, but we had so many deeper conversations outside of what was shown, and that's really where we found our compatibility, like his traditional morals and his outlook on caring for his family and leading his family. He cares for his mom in a big way, so that was very, very much what I would look for in a partner. That McDonald's connection was absolutely adorable too. Yeah, McDonald's was our biggest compatibility. As a former employee, were you shook when Anton and his friend Joe talked about shutting down McDonald's? Ollie, I am such a goody two-shoes. I don't do things that I'm not meant to be doing. And so having him discuss shutting it down to drink, I was like, oh my gosh, how could you? I'm not that bold. I would never be brave enough to do that. When you finally met Anton face to face, was he how you pictured him? Ollie, no. Me and him actually drew each other on little pieces of notes that we had. We tried to guess without giving too much. We did discuss nationalities because I thought that was an important part of who I am, and obviously ended up being an important part of who he is. I feel like both of our nationalities can go a lot of different ways physically, and so I think for me, I drew him with blue eyes and blonde hair. And I don't quite remember how he drew me, but I thought he was going to be blonde. But ultimately, I was very happy with how he looked, and we kind of hit it off at our reveal. Once you got back to Denver, when did you first start to take note of the differences in your and Anton's lifestyles? Ollie, I think it was just the drinking. The thought of coming home from a shift and then, having a couple of beers to wind down. That was kind of the main thing that I was like, okay, this is a very different way to live. My family hardly drinks, and I wouldn't say I'm not a drinker. I definitely like to drink and have fun every once in a while, but it's not like after a shift, That was a major difference in our lifestyles that I noticed right away. As far as monetarily, I know that's been kind of a big discussion online. We did have discussions in the pods too about what our life would look like. That wasn't anything I was worried about. I don't know that that was really something that I felt was a difference between us. It was just something that we'd have to kind of compromise on. Of course, when you met Anton's friends, Melissa dropped a major bombshell on you. How did it feel to learn that Anton was a bigger partier than you originally thought? I think what stood out to me the most during that conversation was that Anton at the time made it seem like it was just his friend who really liked to party and drink. And so when he told me we were meeting his friend Joe and who this guy was in his life, he kind of made it seem like Joe was the instigator and the one that was leading all of these events or these activities that they were doing together. Hearing from Melissa, obviously she's a third source. I didn't know her. I knew Anton much better, but it is kind of, alarm bells ringing in your head when you hear that about your significant other. I guess I was alarmed that Anton was sharing it as if Joe was the instigator, whereas it seemed like it was very much both of them, which obviously tends to be the case for most friendships. Comment below on if you think Ollie and Anton will say, I do, and be sure to check out our full recap of who's still together. Love is Blind Season 9 Episodes 1-9 streaming now Netflix. Love is Blind Season 9, which couples are still engaged? Warning. The following contains major spoilers from Love is Blind Season 9 Episodes 1-9. For some Love is Blind Season 9 couples, being reunited with the rest of the pod squad could spell trouble in paradise, or as they call it, Denver. For its 9th season on Netflix, Love is Blind took on Denver, Colorado, or Menver as the cast members called it, because in Denver the painful dating scene is not about the women, it's what the men want. Looking to switch up their quest for love, 32 singles took to the iconic Love is Blind pods, ready to find lasting love. During the first episode drop, 6 couples got engaged sight unseen, but only 5 traveled to Baja for a romantic getaway. While there are still 2 weeks of Love is Blind episodes set to roll out over the rest of October, or Podtober as it will henceforth be known, we've rounded up all of the engaged couples that have formed and split so far. Check back here for weekly updates on your favorite Season 9 couples as they prep to head down the aisle at the end of the month. Love is Blind Season 9 Episodes 1-9 streaming now Netflix. Love is Blind Season 9 Episodes 10-11 October 15th Netflix. Love is Blind Season 9 Episode 12 October 22nd Netflix. Ollie and Anton. Relationship status, engaged. Anton and Ollie, or Antonine as Anton called them, were the first couple to meet each other in person after quickly bonding in the pods. During episodes 1-6, Anton and Ollie's relationship appeared to be one of the strongest, mess-free ones of the bunch. The second drop captured a glimpse of what life would look like as a married couple with both Anton and Ollie working nights, which had Anton thinking they'd have mimosas every morning. However, meeting one of Anton's friends definitely caught Ollie off guard. According to Anton's bestie's girlfriend, Anton was quite the party animal, regularly going to strip clubs only months prior. Could this be enough to say I don't at the altar? Megan and Jordan. Relationship status, engaged. Sparkle Megan just got more sparkle. After Blake left the experiment, Megan fell hard for tatted single dad Jordan. As soon as Megan met Jordan face-to-face, the elated duo sat down to look at photos of his son Luca. Looking forward to meeting Luca, Megan told Jordan, I think that the stars are all aligning with that. Like I'm stepping in to be his mom. I feel very honored to be that person for him. Smiling, Jordan responded, We need you. However, it appears that Luca will not be seen on camera anytime soon. The second drop of episodes highlighted Megan and Jordan's different lifestyles, with Jordan declining Megan's offer to buy Luca expensive Legos and other toys for their first meeting. During the Pod Squad reunion, Megan also came face-to-face with her early connection Mike Brockway, whom she bonded with over their wealth and health-driven lifestyles. Could Megan and Jordan prove that opposites really do attract on their wedding day, or are they just too different to make it work? Calibria and Edmund. Relationship status: engaged.